Print for Pay Hotel members and everybody else who's tuned in today for another version of Better Call Art. And today we're here with Brent Martin, who's the Director of Marketing at Arlington, and also with Scott Lewis, who's the Vice President of Sales at Arlington. And hello, guys. How are you today?
Great, Art. Thanks for having us.
Hey, Art. Thanks, Art.
Yeah, it's always good to have you guys on board. So I wanted to start off our little chat by, for the members and anybody else tuning in, maybe you can tell us a little bit about Arlington, the distributor, and maybe some company history.
Yeah, sure. Arlington Industries, as it was previously known as, is a distribution company of supplies and other accessories. It's been around since the early 70s. We've merged over time. I was originally an employee of Carolina Wholesale, began in the late 90s, and Carolina Wholesale acquired Arlington in the early 2000s, and really went from being an office machine distributor at Carolina Wholesale to the Arlington supplies distributor. And over time, we've grown through acquisition. And 5 years ago, I guess 2016, we acquired Digitech, another supplies distributor. And for the last 3 years, we've gone under one single brand as Arlington. So if you've done business with Carolina Wholesale or Digitech or Arlington Industries in the past, then you have been a Arlington customer, and we thank you. But we've evolved over time, but really have really concentrated, and our core competencies are really surrounding imaging supplies and equipment.
Right, got it. How about you, Scott? Anything to add?
No, Brent's, as always, Brent's spot on. I mean, it's so funny. It's we started out selling typewriters out of the back of cars, and here we are in July 21st, 2021. And right before this call, I had a guy that wants to buy 1,000 typewriters. So it's the more we change, the more we're the same. It's weird.
Really, 1,000 typewriters?
It's unbelievable. It's crazy.
That is pretty crazy. So one of the things, just I think what I like is, I mean, I like a lot of things, but I think your web address is really one of the easiest in the industry. www.arly.com. I mean, it's 4 letters. That's all you got to put in. That's pretty cool. So Scott, we'll start off with you. What changes have you seen in your business in the last year?
Yeah, so it's a good question. So there's internal changes and external changes, and I'll share a little bit of both, and then Brent can fill in all the gaps. So internally, we at Arlington have moved to almost an exclusively work from home environment. That happened in March of last year. It remains so today. At first, it was challenging just trying to make certain that we just remained in community with each other, but with Teams and Zoom and with Asana and so many other software platforms that are available now, I think we've successfully done that. And we're gonna continue this work from home methodology even beyond now that COVID hopefully is behind us. We're gonna Arlington's going with a hybrid model where we're going to come in once every 2 weeks to the office, where we're going to be together, and the other 9 days we'll be working from home. Business wise, it's the same. I mean, a lot of the dealers are now still working from home. The online business is way up. The copier business is still not recovered. The MPS business is still not recovered, but we are seeing things that make us believe that that's going to change. Schools coming back huge. Most states are opening up. Hopefully we're not going backwards. And I think that we've got a lot of good things in the future for the third and fourth quarter.
Nate, how about you, Brent?
Yeah, I mean, I would just kind of double up on Scott when I mentioned the acquisitions we've made over the past few years. because we're a distributor, and we've had offices from Los Angeles to Chicago to North Carolina and several other locations. Our IT department, our executive team had made it a priority to make sure that we were using cloud-based systems and Office 365 and other things like that that were integrated prior to COVID, that really benefited Arlington as a company when it came to collaborating. We had all that infrastructure in place.
Right.
So we were fortunate and able to adapt easily as internally as a company to work together and continue to collaborate. And that's continuing to this day, as Scott mentioned. And as far as business changing, Scott mentioned how things are starting to recover. One of the biggest things for us was just, looking outside the box and looking at, new ways of serving. One thing that we were very blessed to do is really already starting to push through LinkedIn and communicating on social media and through webinars. And those were really important for us in 2020 as things were unfolding, and to continue communication with our customers who weren't necessarily going to be reached on the phone at their office or by direct mail at their office. So it was, we really, realized we needed to communicate digitally,
Right.
Through digital platforms and programs like Better Call Art.
Absolutely. So what other social media platforms can you be found on?
So LinkedIn, we drive a lot. We have a lot of followers. Most of our followers are following us on LinkedIn,
Right.
but most posts that go to LinkedIn are also going out and being shared on a Facebook page, as well as on a Twitter account.
Okay. What's your Twitter account?
Arli.com, just spelled out. Like you mentioned, our crafty website, it's ARLIDOTCOM.
Keep it simple, right?
Yeah.
So we'll start off with you, Brent, now. So are there any, as a salesperson, you always want to be able to present something new and different to a client, or something that's going to alleviate their pain. Is there anything new, any new solutions that Arlington's offering that you've introduced to that reseller community recently?
Sure. Yeah. So one thing we learned last year was that nothing's out of play. We were late to the game with PPE products. I don't think we began introducing, Scott, was it was July or August probably last year, before we just dabbled in PPE, and we were just amazed at how that product flew off our shelves. There was a need, there was a demand, and our resellers were being, we're being targeted for that product, and they asked for it, and we did it. So one thing that we find is just try to, again, keep our ears to the ground and hear what's out there. And when we've introduced new product lines, and one of those is we've expanded our JanSan product line. And one of the reasons for that is, as companies are adapting, as a lot of companies are in a work from home environment, there may be offices out there. There are offices, I won't say maybe, there are offices out there that are cutting back on their cleaning, maybe prepaid cleaning programs, and they're beginning to buy these products where they weren't before. So just thinking completely outside of imaging,
Right.
We've expanded products for like break room supplies, for cleaning products, and we're offering those now to our resellers, and we're getting the early returns are very positive. That there's again a demand for products. The same customers that are buying copiers and buying ink for those devices are now looking to replenish their break rooms and their bathrooms to supply. So we have about 75 of the top brands that are out there: Clorox, Purell, Mr. Clean. So that's one thing. And then beyond that, we're expanding our parts. In the very near future, we're going to have a much more expanded parts line for copiers and printers. And just again, looking outside the box, even beyond traditional refurbs into reconditioned machines and things of that nature.
Nice. And what have you seen, Scott, as far as solutions and helping some of the resellers out?
Yeah, Brent hit on a couple of the major ones. One other collaboration that we've introduced within the last few months for our dealers is Power MPS. It's really just a platform that combines an e-commerce site with with a traditional MPS offering, and add that to a service solution, all combined in one software package. The guys that do this are, they've been in the industry 20 plus years, and they do a great job. And it's just we're just starting to offer it. And Brent, you can probably speak even better than I can to this, but I think it's going to have some legs. It's simple, it's easy to use, and for a smaller business, for a small to medium sized business, it's a great platform.
Nice. So you mentioned the MPS. What was the name of that again?
Power MPS.
Okay, Power MPS. Got it. Got it. So I guess some of the biggest questions as dealers are thinking about diversifying or thinking about trying to grow their business in a post-COVID environment. Do you guys have any suggestions on how those dealers can possibly look at different ways to grow their business?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll go right back to it. I think, as we said, we listen to our resellers.
Right.
We try to find out where their needs are. Just have your ears open for where your end users are looking for. You might be surprised, and that's where we, as a distributor, are trying to fill in the blanks. So, I've been telling this to a lot of the buying groups, resellers, and even the smaller resellers as well. Over even pre-COVID, is we try to pride ourselves at Arlington as being kind of a one-stop shop in a lot of ways. You might find some distributors that carry a lot of other products that we don't, but we do have a pretty diverse selection of products. So even if it's not your strength, your core competency as a reseller, if they need a shredder and you don't sell shredders, we have those. Don't turn away an educational opportunity if it comes around, or a government bid, because you have a distributor in Arlington that can do that. So just keep your eyes and ears out and open for opportunities, and look to a distributor partner to help you. Don't turn away a sale. We want to help you make that sale.
I agree.
Couldn't agree more. I mean, being all things to all people are. I mean, and we just found that bottom line is no matter how much there is with EDI, no matter how much things get automated, people buy from people, and it's just so important to stay in front of your customers. Make sure you're there. Ask them how they're doing, what's going on, just the simple things. I mean, Art, you're a master at it. I mean, you know this better than anybody. I mean, it's just being in front of folks.
Absolutely correct. Just keep in contact and be loyal, be gracious, show empathy, and just try and do the right thing by everybody all the time. And
one more thing I'd add to that, Art, is just one thing I've really come to notice and understand the last year is everybody's in different places, and we're a national distributor, so we have folks all over. So dealing with someone who's doing business in California and New York City is very different than maybe someone who's doing business in Texas and Florida over the past 12 months. True. So we've learned that it's not a one fix for everybody. Everybody's in different places. So we've had to adapt in that way, and I'm sure a lot of our resellers are having to do that as well with the end user community.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing about different parts of the country, and just how different geographical areas are, just in different environments, right? Sometimes they can be altogether different.
True.
So Scott, did you have anything you wanted to add in reference to the resellers to grow their business?
No, I think that's it. I mean, like I said, just staying in front of them, doing, I mean, hard work, right? I mean, it's now's the time where it's so easy to get lazy because people are working from home, and you think that that personal contact doesn't matter. It matters now more than ever. I mean, in my opinion.
I agree. I've even had to go back to the office a couple days a week now because I find out I'm too relaxed at home. So but it happens. Anyway, that's the end of the meeting for today. I want to thank Steve very much for attending. Brent, thank you very much. And to all our members out there and all our viewers out there, if you're enjoying the content, please hit the subscribe button and you'll be automatically notified when the next content goes up. Steve, thanks again. Brent, as always, thank you very much. I appreciate the time.
Thank you, Art.
And
Thanks,
everybody,
Art.
we were here with Arlington Industries, www.arley.com. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks,
take
everyone.
care. Bye now.